stop what you're doing right now. Because if you're over 60 and eating avocados the wrong way, you could be silently damaging your digestion, your heart health, your sleep, and even your memory without realizing it. Most people think avocados are one of the healthiest foods on the planet, and in many ways they are. But what nobody tells seniors is this. After age 60, your body processes fats, medications, minerals, and digestion differently than it did decades ago. And certain avocado habits that seem harmless today may quietly increase inflammation, blood sugar instability, dangerous medication interactions, and nutrient imbalance over time. The worst part? Many older adults believe they're making healthy choices, while unknowingly pushing their bodies in the wrong direction every single day. And if these mistakes continue long enough, the consequences can become serious: fatigue, weight gain, brain fog, digestive problems, high blood pressure complications, even loss of independence later in life. I'm Dr. Patrick Rowe. I've spent the last 15 years studying nutrition, aging, metabolic health, and cognitive decline in older adults. And one nutritional aging study involving more than 5,000 adults over age 55 found that food quality alone was not enough to predict healthy aging outcomes. What mattered most was how foods were consumed, combined, timed, and absorbed by the aging body. In fact, researchers found that older adults making repeated dietary health mistakes despite eating healthy foods had significantly higher rates of fatigue, inflammation, and poor metabolic function compared to those following balanced eating habits. That includes avocados. Now, before we continue, I want to ask you something honestly. How often do you eat avocados? Every day? A few times a week? Never? And have you ever noticed bloating, stomach discomfort, fatigue, or digestive changes afterward? Tell me in the comments below. I read these carefully because your experience may help someone else recognize symptoms they've been ignoring for years. Now let's begin with mistake number 10. Eating avocados too late at night. Now this surprises many people because avocados are often promoted as the perfect evening snack. And technically, they do contain healthy fats and magnesium that may help relaxation. But here's what most people never realize. After age 60, digestion slows down naturally. The stomach empties food more slowly, especially high-fat meals. So when seniors eat large amounts of avocado late at night, the digestive system may still be working heavily while the body is trying to sleep. That can lead to acid reflux, bloating, poor sleep quality, and even nighttime heartburn that many people mistake for normal aging. One sleep and digestion review found older adults experiencing nighttime digestive stress were significantly more likely to wake repeatedly during sleep cycles. And broken sleep affects everything: memory, blood pressure, mood, energy. I remember a patient named Carol from Texas. She was 69 years old and started eating avocado toast every night because she heard it was heart healthy. But she kept waking up around 2 a.m. with chest discomfort and pressure in her throat. She feared something serious was wrong with her heart. In reality, her digestion simply couldn't handle large fatty meals right before bed anymore. We adjusted the timing earlier in the evening and reduced portion size. Within 2 weeks, her sleep improved dramatically. But that's only part of the story, because the next mistake becomes even more dangerous if you take medications daily. Mistake number 9, ignoring medication interactions. This is where things get serious. Many seniors take medications for blood pressure, blood thinning, kidney health, or heart conditions. And while avocados are nutritious, they're also very rich in potassium. Now, potassium is essential for the body, but too much potassium combined with certain medications can become risky for older adults, especially those with kidney issues. Here's what most people never realize. The aging kidney becomes less efficient over time. That means excess minerals can build up more easily in the bloodstream. Symptoms may start subtly: weakness, irregular heartbeat, nausea, confusion. And because these symptoms appear gradually, many seniors never connect them to food choices. I once worked with a man named Walter from Florida, age 74. He started eating 2 large avocados every day after watching health videos online. He thought more was better, but he was also taking potassium-sparing blood pressure medication. Within months, he experienced severe fatigue and muscle weakness. His blood potassium levels had climbed dangerously high. Now listen carefully. Avocados are not bad, but after 60, Balance matters more than extremes. And what happens next is even more concerning because millions of seniors make this third mistake every morning without even thinking about it. Mistake number 8, pairing avocados with ultra-processed foods. This is incredibly common. People add avocado to processed bread, salty chips, packaged meats, or fast food, and assume the meal is healthy simply because avocado is included. But the body doesn't work that way. Adding one healthy ingredient does not erase the damage of heavily processed foods. And after age 60, processed foods become even harder on the body because inflammation recovery slows dramatically. Excess sodium, preservatives, refined oils, and processed sugars can damage blood vessels and increase fluid retention. So now the avocado becomes part of an unhealthy combination instead of a healing one. One nutrition review found older adults consuming ultra-processed foods regularly had significantly higher inflammation markers and poorer cognitive performance over time. I remember Diane from Ohio telling me proudly that she ate avocado every day, but when I asked how, she admitted it was usually on frozen processed sandwiches or salty crackers. Her blood pressure kept climbing despite eating healthy. That emotional confusion frustrates many seniors. They genuinely believe they're helping themselves. That's why understanding combinations matters. Healthy aging is not about one superfood, it's about patterns. And the next mistake is one almost nobody talks about. Mistake number 7, eating too much avocado at once. Now I know this sounds strange because avocados are considered healthy fats, but wait, it gets worse. After 60, calorie needs usually decrease while digestion becomes more sensitive, and avocados are calorie dense, very calorie dense. That means portion control matters more than people realize. Large portions may contribute to unwanted weight gain, sluggish digestion, and blood sugar imbalance when combined with sedentary habits. And excess abdominal weight after 60 is strongly linked to inflammation and cognitive decline risk. I remember speaking with Robert from California, age 71. He switched from breakfast cereal to giant avocado meals every morning because he thought healthy fats meant unlimited portions. 6 months later, he gained nearly 18 pounds. His joints hurt more, his walking slowed down, his confidence dropped. And emotionally, that matters deeply because physical decline often creates fear of dependency later in life. The solution was simple: moderation, half an avocado instead of 2. Balanced meals instead of extremes, and his energy improved significantly. Now the next mistake is even more dangerous because it affects nutrient absorption directly. Mistake number 6, not eating enough protein with avocado. This is one of the biggest nutritional blind spots in seniors. Many older adults unintentionally eat too little protein, especially women living alone. So they eat avocado toast, avocado salad, avocado snacks, but very little actual muscle-supporting protein. Here's the hidden danger. After age 60, the body loses muscle faster naturally. This process is called age-related muscle decline. And once muscle loss accelerates, balance weakens, falls increase, mobility decreases, and independence becomes harder to maintain. Protein is critical for preserving strength. Without enough of it, even healthy foods cannot fully support aging muscles. One aging study found older adults with low protein intake experienced significantly higher rates of weakness and mobility decline over time. I remember Helen from Georgia, age 78. She told me she felt herself becoming physically frail. That word haunted her, because deep down, many seniors fear becoming dependent more than anything else. Her meals were low in protein and heavy in snack-style eating. We paired avocado with eggs, fish, Greek yogurt, and lean protein sources. Gradually, her strength improved enough for her to start gardening again. And that gave her something priceless: confidence. Now, if you've gotten value from this so far, take a moment to like the video and subscribe. These conversations matter because too many older adults are receiving confusing nutrition advice online without understanding how the aging body actually changes after 60. Now let's move to mistake number 5. And this one may shock you: throwing away slightly browned avocados. Most people panic when avocado flesh starts turning brown. They assume it's spoiled immediately. But slight browning is usually just oxidation, exposure to air. And throwing away avocados too early causes many seniors to waste one of the most nutrient-rich foods they can afford. Now obviously, if it smells rotten or has mold, don't eat it. But mild browning alone is usually harmless. Why does this matter? Because many older adults on fixed incomes reduce healthy food intake due to unnecessary waste. Then processed convenience foods replace nutrient-dense meals, and over time nutrition quality declines silently. I met a widow named Sharon from Illinois who stopped buying avocados entirely because she thought they spoiled too fast. Her diet became increasingly processed because it felt easier and cheaper. Her energy dropped dramatically within a year. Simple education changed everything. Store them correctly, use lemon juice, control portions, reduce waste. Sometimes health improvement starts with practical habits, not expensive solutions. But here's what most people never realize. The next mistake may affect your brain more than your stomach. Mistake number 4, assuming avocado alone protects brain health. This belief is becoming extremely common online. People hear healthy fats and assume avocados automatically prevent memory decline. But brain health is much more complex. Sleep matters, movement matters, blood sugar matters, social connection matters, inflammation matters. Avocados can support brain health as part of a balanced lifestyle, but they cannot compensate for chronic sleep deprivation, inactivity, loneliness, or heavy processed food intake, and false confidence can become dangerous. I remember Martin from Nevada, age 73. He believed his healthy eating protected him completely despite sleeping 4 hours a night and barely exercising. Then his memory problems worsened significantly. That frightened him deeply because he watched his older brother struggle with dementia. We focused on overall lifestyle improvements instead of relying on one food. And that's the key. No single food saves the body. Health comes from patterns repeated daily. Now the next one is even more dangerous because it affects digestion directly. Mistake number 3, ignoring digestive warning signs. Many seniors experience bloating, cramping, diarrhea, or discomfort after eating avocados but dismiss it completely. Sometimes it's portion size, sometimes it's fat sensitivity, sometimes it's digestive enzyme decline. And after age 60, the digestive system becomes less resilient. Ignoring symptoms repeatedly may lead people to normalize chronic discomfort unnecessarily. I remember a woman named Patricia from Arizona who said she felt bloated all the time. She assumed it was simply aging, but she was eating extremely large avocado portions alongside heavy meals despite having gallbladder issues. Once adjusted, her discomfort improved dramatically. The lesson here is important. Healthy foods should still make you feel healthy. Your body communicates through symptoms. Pay attention to them. And now we come to the 2 most important mistakes of all. Mistake number 2, believing online health trends over your own body. This is becoming a massive problem. Social media rewards extremes. Eat this every day. Never eat this again. This superfood changes everything. But the human body is not a viral headline, especially after 60. Your needs are personal. Your medications are personal. Your digestion is personal. Blindly copying internet trends can create real health consequences. I've seen seniors overconsume fats, eliminate entire food groups, and follow extreme diets simply because an influencer sounded convincing. That's dangerous, especially for older adults managing blood pressure, diabetes, kidney issues, or digestive conditions. Trust your body more than trends. And finally, mistake number 1, using avocado to feel healthy while ignoring the rest of your lifestyle. This is the biggest mistake by far because it creates false security. Many people think, I eat avocado, so I'm healthy. Meanwhile, they sleep poorly, move very little, feel chronically stressed, drink too little water, eat excessive sugar, ignore muscle loss, and slowly, health declines anyway. That emotional disappointment can become devastating because people feel betrayed by their own efforts. But here's the truth. Healthy aging is never about one food. It's about daily habits working together consistently. Avocado can absolutely support heart health, brain health, skin health, and healthy aging when eaten wisely. But it works best as part of a bigger picture. Balanced meals, movement, sleep, hydration, protein, stress reduction, connection with others. That combination matters far more than internet hype ever will. And I want to leave you with something important tonight. Your body after 60 is not weak. It's simply different. It needs more care, more balance, more attention. But improvement is still possible. I have seen older adults in their late 70s and even 80s regain energy, improve digestion, stabilize weight, and sleep better simply by making smarter daily choices consistently. Not perfectly, consistently. That's how healthy aging really works. So enjoy avocados, respect their benefits, but avoid the mistakes that quietly turn healthy habits into harmful ones. And before you leave, tell me this in the comments. Which avocado mistake surprised you the most? And how often do you actually eat avocados each week? I truly want to know, because these conversations help people realize they're not alone in what they're experiencing. Take care of your body now, because the choices you make today may determine how independently, clearly, and confidently you live tomorrow. And there's another hidden problem I need to warn you about, because almost no one discusses this with seniors clearly enough. Many older adults start eating avocados because they are trying to fix their health quickly after a diagnosis scares them. Maybe the doctor mentioned cholesterol, maybe blood pressure increased, maybe memory started slipping, maybe energy disappeared. So people search online and hear the same thing over and over again: eat avocados. And again, avocados can absolutely be part of a healthy diet. But here's what most people never realize. Stress eating healthy food is still stress eating. I've seen seniors become obsessed with trying to reverse aging overnight. They start overanalyzing every meal. They become anxious around food. They fear eating the wrong thing. That constant stress affects digestion, sleep, blood sugar, and inflammation more than many people understand. The nervous system matters enormously after 60. A calm body heals differently than a stressed body. I remember speaking with Elaine from North Carolina. She was 72 and became terrified after reading articles about dementia online, so she completely changed her diet overnight. Avocados every day, almost no carbohydrates, very restrictive eating. At first, she felt hopeful, then exhaustion hit. She became irritable, weak, and emotionally drained because the diet was unsustainable for her body and lifestyle. What she actually needed was balance, not fear. And I think many older adults watching this need to hear that today. You do not need perfection to support your health. You need consistency, awareness, balance. That's what creates long-term results. And there's one more avocado mistake that deserves attention because it affects something many seniors silently struggle with: hydration. Now, this sounds unrelated at first, but stay with me because this is important. Healthy fats like avocado require proper hydration and digestive support to process comfortably, but many older adults are chronically dehydrated without realizing it. The sensation of thirst becomes weaker with age. That means seniors may drink less water naturally even while the body desperately needs it. And dehydration after 60 can create symptoms that look frighteningly similar to aging problems: confusion, fatigue, dizziness, brain fog, headaches, muscle weakness. I've seen older adults panic over memory issues when the real problem was poor hydration combined with nutritional imbalance. And here's what happens next. Digestion slows further, constipation worsens, sleep quality declines, energy crashes. Then people blame aging again. But sometimes the body is simply undersupported. I remember Frank from Alabama, age 79. He ate avocados daily because he believed they supported heart health, which they can, but he barely drank water throughout the day. He complained constantly about fatigue and constipation. Once hydration improved alongside balanced nutrition, his energy noticeably increased within weeks. Simple changes, big difference. That's why I always tell seniors this. Never focus on one miracle food while ignoring the foundations. Hydration matters, protein matters, movement matters, sleep matters. And speaking of movement, this next point may surprise you. Many older adults eat healthy foods but remain physically inactive for most of the day. That combination creates another hidden issue: poor circulation. You see, nutrients still need to travel efficiently through the bloodstream to reach muscles, nerves, and the brain. Movement helps that happen. Even light walking improves circulation, blood sugar stability, digestion, and sleep quality. One of the worst things that happens after retirement is prolonged sitting. Hours in front of the television, long periods indoors, less social movement, and slowly the body becomes weaker, not because of age alone, but because inactivity accelerates decline. I once worked with a former truck driver named Leonard from Missouri. He was 76 years old and convinced his fatigue came entirely from getting old. But his routine involved sitting nearly all day, very little movement, very little sunlight, very little physical stimulation. We started with something simple, 10-minute walks after meals. That's it. Combined with better nutrition, including moderate avocado intake and higher protein meals, his stamina improved enough that he started visiting friends again instead of isolating at home. And emotionally, that changed everything. Because isolation ages people faster than many realize. That's another hidden truth nobody talks about enough. Loneliness affects physical health, sleep quality declines, stress hormones rise, inflammation increases. The body feels it. That's why healthy aging is never only about food. It's about staying engaged with life itself, staying mentally active, physically active, emotionally connected. And yes, nutrition supports that process beautifully when approached correctly. Now, before we finish, I want to say something directly to anyone watching who feels discouraged about their health right now. Please do not assume your best years are automatically behind you because you crossed 60 or 70 or even 80. I have seen remarkable improvements happen in older adults who simply stopped ignoring the small warning signs early enough. Better sleep, better digestion, clearer thinking, more stable energy, less inflammation. Not because they found a magic cure, but because they finally understood what their body actually needed. And often, that starts with removing confusion. Not every trend online is healthy. Not every superfood works the same for every person. And more is not always better. That includes avocados. Use them wisely. Pair them intelligently. Listen to your body carefully. That's how nutrition becomes powerful instead of problematic. And if this conversation helped you today, share this video with someone you care about, a parent, a spouse, a friend over 60. Because many older adults are trying their best to stay healthy, but nobody has explained these things to them clearly before. And sometimes one simple piece of information changes the direction of someone's future completely. Never underestimate that. Your body is still listening to the choices you make every single day. Feed it wisely, move it gently, rest it deeply, care for it patiently. Because healthy aging is not about chasing youth. It's about protecting your independence, your clarity, your dignity, and your ability to truly enjoy the life you still have ahead of you.